Okay, as promised, a French Six Nations video, and this is why I think they're going to get the wooden spoon. They have no long-term plan coaching-wise for a prediction. Okay, we're going to aim to be on form by the World Cup. We're going to aim to build a side for the World Cup after. All the other five nations in the Six Nations, from Italy through to England, all of them have a long-term goal coaching-wise. They've got long-term coaching contracts. They have a plan in place, what they want to do, how they want to develop their skill set, their players, their philosophy. The French don't have a philosophy anymore. The club game, too many foreigners. The national side has too many foreign players who've qualified for residency rather than getting the passport nationality. The thing that argument spedding in Leroux and Co. The federation's in a bit of a mess. Investigations by the authorities over some suspicious dealings, including Bernard, the president of the federation, as well. The fact that the French in World Cups have been shocking. 2011 they got to the final and nearly won it. They missed out by a point. But in that World Cup they were absolutely piss poor. 2007 they were beaten in the opening game against France, and then they were beaten in the third, fourth place playoff by Argentina twice. They were beaten at home in the opening game, in the Stade de France, and they lost at the Parc des Princes a half later. The Argentinians figured it out from the first whistle of the first game. They'd worked out the weaknesses of the French straight away, and then they learnt those lessons, figured out more the French hadn't, and they did them again. The following World Cup, they stuttered their way through with attempted player strikes, low morale, coach saying the players had betrayed me after the Tonga defeat, which they deserved to lose by more, I remember. Dragging their feet, not trying hard in training, not trying in the games. They looked bereft of confidence, morale was low. They got to a final, someone almost won the bloody thing. I have no idea how they did that. And in the last World Cup, that quarter-final hammering, it's not sustainable. And now you look where they are now. The coaching setup's a complete farce. And I feel sorry for the players who qualify for residency because they want to play international rugby and they're good enough to be selected for a national side, and I accept that. The rules need to be changed. I have nothing against those players wanting to play. But it's a complicated issue. I've mentioned it in previous videos, and people have their own views on it. But I feel sorry for Spedding and Leroux, and what the French public feel about it. Have they adopted them? I don't know. But the coaching setup is haphazard and is very laissez-faire. It's very, very, very last minute. There is no long-term plan. It's just throw a coach in. He's been sacked. Throw him in. There's no long-term 4, 5, 10-year plan. There's no long-term plan of we're going to build academies at every club. We're going to do infrastructure projects. We're going to do some recruitment drives. There's none of that that I can see. If there is, the French are doing very well to hide it. The morale looks low. The discipline of the players is poor. Very poor. On the field and off. Bastello is a prime example of homophobic slurs and getting pissed on nights out and faded breach and curfews. I remember watching the Clermont over Northampton Saints. I did a video on that, a review on that game, and some of the French players were really deserved to get banned for lengthy bans, months at a time, for some of the hits they were putting in, some of the play, gouging and shoulders and stuff. They got away with it, which I felt was disgusting. There is a problem with French rugby. Their defence is one of their saving graces. They can probably tackle you out of the game. And they can grind it out, but it's not attractive to watch. And I don't think it's nice to play those type of games every time. It's all power-based. But their discipline on the pitch is poor. They give away far, far, far too many penalties and far too many yellow and red cards over the last 10 years. Their penalty count is quite high. Their discipline is quite poor. They when they get the ball and it's broken play, they look terrified to exploit the breaking play. Sometimes they look like they don't want to think outside the box. Oh no, I must do what the coach tells me. I must go for touch. It's like, no, run at him. There's a gap. One or two players have figured out that they can counter attack, but some actually look quite nervous doing it, and they hurry the pass, or they don't pass when they should, or they just kick the boot. They just put the boot the ball when they should run it. French rugby was famed for its flair and unpredictability in attack. Now it's very predictable, very plodding, very slow. I love the French teams of the 90s and the early 90s with Castagnier, Dominici, Poitrenaud. They were brilliant to watch. When Michalak first burst on the scene, he was an amazing young fly half. Now, it is sometimes grimacing. It's like you want to gurn your way through this, you want to gouge your eyes out. It's not an attractive view. The other nations have all figured out that the French style of play is riddled with weaknesses because they're lacking in the confidence to express themselves and the freedom to play. Put them under pressure, they panic, they crumble. Mentally, they're very fragile as well. It's the coaching style they have at club and it goes in the country, and the fact that the coaches at national level keep getting replaced, and there's no dedicated skills coach, defence, attack. It's all a bloody mess. If there is, they're not doing a very good job in. Okay, here's the structured set play, and all the other players work out. They could basically say just right, we're going to play off the cuff. Pressure's off. No one expects the French to actually win this Six Nations at all. No one expects the French to do anything. Which could be to their benefit, but it also depends what the French team gets off the coach in the morning. If they go, ugh, no, not feeling it. If a couple of players are just feeling a little bit meh, or I only got 8 hours, I didn't get a full night's sleep, or I'm just not feeling it today. Tomorrow maybe. That kind of attitude kills them. That's their downfall, is their attitude as well. Their attitude's poor. But that's my view on it. I actually honestly believe they could get the wooden spoon. Because the other 5 nations all have a long-term plan. They have structures in place. They have, how they want to play. They want to develop the skills. And all of them have the experience of beating the French a lot. Even the Italians. They all have the experience of, they know how weak this French side is. Especially when they're at home and the French crowd get on their backs as well. That you can see the head, the shoulders go, the heads drop, hands on hips. I think their fitness levels are not what they should be either. You can see some of the French players are blowing a bit, they're not looking quite conditioned enough. There's all sorts of problems with the French game. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, place comments below. I'll have some more videos for you soon. Good evening.